back to Dubster Dive. Says, took us to the show. You know how it is. And we're here with Bleach. Right? We are here, right?
Wonder why. I wonder why we're so late. Maybe if you drank some bleach, you wouldn't have gotten sick.
Well, maybe that's why I got sick, Di. I listened to your advice, and this is what happens. I don't know. Right. Well, anyway, we're back. Let's get right into it. So, Thousand Year Blood War, episode 37. But first, remember at the end of episode 35, I had brought up that there was a cutscene from the manga that I thought they might move here. They didn't. So, might as well go over it now. It was when Shunsui first goes Bankai. At that moment, we have a reaction of Chad, Ganju, and Orihime, as Ganju asks, "Why is it getting dark? It feels so cold all of a sudden." Chad answers that the temperature hasn't changed. Also, it's not dark out either. You've just got the chills. Orihime would chime in saying that she doesn't feel or sense anything, and yet she can't stop trembling. I wish they kept this scene, man. It has Orihime in it. Why would you cut that?
I don't see any reason why they wouldn't.
You bastard. But alright, on to the actual episode 37 titled Shadows Gone. Oh yeah. We open with a flashback of a younger Shunsui watching two people talk. And I'm just going to reveal who these two are now, so it's easy to refer to by name. These are his older brother, Shunsen, voiced by Alejandro Kagi Flaccid Pancake Film Sob. That is his full name. Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Ignia from Fairy Tail Junior Quest, and Shallot from Dragon Ball Legends. Everyone's favorite Saiyan.
Who?
I don't know, maybe there are some... Maybe he is your favorite Saiyan, I don't know. But anyways, he is talking to Nanao's mother, Isuzu, voiced by Megan Hollingshead. Oh yeah, if you think this double casting is stupid, just wait. Just wait.
Oh, so that's where Nemu's voice went.
Yeah. Anyway, she gives Shunsuin a pair of hairpins. But he gives her them, and she gives one back to him, saying that he should keep one for good luck. That when he's fighting Hollows and not with her, she'll be happy knowing he has the other one. Ain't that sweet? Shunsui laughs as Shunsen hits him, being all embarrassed, being like, "What are you gawking at? You need to go study." Shunsui tells his bro that he's really mellowed out. Oh, and speaking of, Shunsui's young adult version, as it's credited, is also Alejandro. So he is talking to himself. Or
anyone with ears would be able to tell.
He's at least trying to do two different voices, I guess, but it is still pretty noticeable. But yeah, Shunsun believes that if he has, it's because of Isuzu, that her kindness smoothed out his rough edges. Oh. Back to present, Shunsui asks Ohana, "You know what?" before... "Shot through the gut by a black man." Lee J's alive, and he shot him through the gut, yes.
No, that's a chicken.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second, because we cut from that to a flashback of Shunsui woken up by Isuzu, and he says, "Good morning, sis." Before we're back to present again with Lee J in his new form. How the fuck do we even describe this?
Well, you see, he has like a worm neck with a chicken beak, and, yeah.
I saw comments online saying "Arise, chicken."
Arise, chicken!
Like, damn it. Yeah. As he says, "I told you, you were a fool to ever imagine a mere Bankai could ever kill the messenger of God." Shunsui is surprised, saying that he's alive even after I cut off his head. Give me a break. As Lee J is breathing extremely heavily here, and you said he's breathing fire? While panting?
Yeah, he's just shooting some fire out of his beak.
I
Yes, I
guess
said.
maybe,
Yes, I know what I said. He's a fucking chicken. He doesn't have a mouth anymore.
maybe it's supposed to be his breath? Like, because he's panting
Yeah,
heavily. I
his
don't
breath
know.
is on fire. He's that. I mean, with how his voice is sounding right now, yeah, that they're clearly going for
Yeah,
something.
so might as well mention that here. Lee J's voice is higher pitched, like it's more filtered than it was before. But it's not as high pitched as the sub one, because I've heard the Japanese voice for him, and it's pretty up there, almost helium
A
levels.
gallon of helium.
Yeah, the dub just upped it a couple of octaves, which I think I prefer. Because if it was way too high, I just keep laughing. But yeah, he goes on saying, "This is what despair looks like." A chicken?
A chicken?
All sinners will feel despair when they see me. I am
He must be in constant
invincible!
despair.
But I am invincible. I am God's
Uh,
messenger, endowed with
God's
special
messenger is
privileges.
Boris?
Yes, nothing you sinners can do can defeat a messenger of God. Honestly, Michael is still doing really fucking good. You can tell he's having a lot of fun with this and going all in, even with the filter. But yeah, he raises his arm, smiting a huge chunk of the city. Dude, we're building casualties. Stop.
There's more to come.
Shunsui hides behind a tower, surprising Lee-J, who says Shunsui can escape while having a hole in his gut. That he is worthy of being a head captain. How sinful. But yeah, Shunsui is panting as Ohana, or Cotton, his Zanpakuto, whichever name you prefer, is talking to him, saying that let's run away. There is nothing more that she can do here. That you have fought hard enough. Run while you can. No one will blame you for it. Now sleep, and I will carry you to safety. Which, yeah, Shunsui
I
falls to
feel
sleep.
asleep.
That's when he hears Isuzu's voice saying, "Wake up." Before he wakes up to Nanao calling out Captain. And framing it like this is anime only, which really nice touch. Points there. But yeah, he's awake, coughing up blood, but happy she's okay. That's when Nanao tells him to not try and speak. Don't say anything and just give me my Zanpakuto. That promise you made my mother, you must put it aside. Shunsui shocked at her words, but they're interrupted by Leijie, who shows up, saying that it was way too noisy for one person. That Shunsui's lieutenant clearly doesn't grasp the preciousness of life. She is very sinful. He's going to call a lot of people that this week, isn't he?
Yes.
That's when Shunsui says, "Okio," as a geyser? Blast him from the ground?
Yeah.
To distract Leijie. As
Master of
Yep.
irrelevance.
Shunsui and Nanao get away. As Leijie's like, "Oh, they got away." Comments on how dry his eyes are getting. That this is why he detests looking at sinners. And either is like, wait, so he can't close his eyes in this form, can he?
No.
Dude, that's gotta
His eyes
suck.
his eyes were closed for a few when his head was off.
Yeah, but dude, he'd be the ultimate staring contest champion.
Yeah.
Cut to Shunsui and Nanao hiding in the shadows, as he asks Nanao that, if she really did know about him and her mother. And she says yes, all along.
Yes.
Shunsui, surprised, offers her Zanpakuto, Kyokotsu. Kind of. But it's a little more complicated. Back with Leijie looking for them, he flattens his head?
He expands his head.
I think it's supposed to be a reference to like a radar dish.
It looks
Maybe.
like a fucking UFO. Especially when his eyes are spinning around it.
Yeah, I saw someone say that it's a reference to a hammerhead shark, which if that's the case, I'm for that. Yeah, it's probably the radar. Anyway, he does end up finding them, understanding that Shunsui's powers let him hide in the shadows. But what'll happen if he erases the whole area, getting rid of the shadows? As he, again, smites the whole area. Did he just kill more buildings?
Yeah. I'm sure that's the end of it. The
Nanao
rest are
then
safe.
leaps out of the shadow under Bleach, shadow of his head. I,
Yeah, something like that.
but yeah. Cut back to when Shunsui and Nanao were talking before this, as she asks, what does he mean about Kyokotsu? That's when Shunsui answers that this is your Zanpakuto. You see, Ohana gave birth to Okio to hide your Zanpakuto. It was your mother's wish, and I saw it carried out. Nanao asks why she would want that, as Shunsui explains that the Issei family is a female line. Its offspring were always women, so they had adopted sons-in-laws from other families. But it was said all the men who married into the family would die early because of the Issei family curse.
They died of Likama.
That is... You know what? I was going to say the Maxwell family curse, so reference to Clock Tower, but you killed it. Anyway, some laughed the curse off as superstition, but Nanao's mother Isuzu didn't. She wanted to end it, so she married into another family, knowing that it would end the Issei bloodline. But her husband died too, Shunsen, as he tells her that his older brother was Nanao's mother's husband. I think he could have just said that my older brother was your dad, and would have been a quicker way to say that, but alright. Anyway, Shunsui and his older brother never got along, but that changed when Shunsen married, that his home became way more welcoming. So Shunsui would often visit. But then, when Shunsen died, and Isuzu was sent back to the Issei family, it's sad, man. As we flash back to Isuzu saying, there is no escape for us, the women of Issei, from the curse or the family. Welcome to the family, son. She believes that it's from the sword she's holding. Shunsui explains that he took the sword from Isuzu, who was desperate to save her unborn daughter, Nanao. And so he had Okio hide the sword, knowing Okio liked playing hide and seek. So, yeah. Present, as we're back with Nanao, and Lee compliments her, saying, you can hop out of a shadow that small? Incredible! I just love the way he says it. It's like, holy shit! Like, how did you even do that? As Nanao is wielding her weapon. Cut back once again to her talking with Shunsui, asking if he isn't wanting to give her the sword. Is that for her sake? That just as it was her mother's decision to end the curse, she has chosen to embrace it. Nanao goes on saying, even if she is cursed, why should she be worried about a curse when the man she admires most would just call it superstition? Referring to Shunsui. Oh, that's nice. Shunsui gives her the weapon, saying against Lee J, it should work.
It just works.
Back with Nanao versus Lee J, he asks if the lieutenant is going to fight on her own. As we get more Shunsui explaining that the family of Isseis are a family of priests who conduct rituals. Only, the Zanpakuto, yes, the Zanpakuto they possess is passed down by the head of the family. And they got it right this time, calling ahead of the family. Yeah, seriously, there was a point earlier, it was in the Shusuke Amagai arc, where they said head of family, instead of the... Never let that go. But yeah, he explains it is a sword without a blade. It's capable of withstanding the power of a god by dispersing that power in every direction. It's known as Shinken Hakyoken, which I believe translates roughly to 8 mirrored blade. Something like that.
Despite the fact that it's not really a blade.
Yeah, it's an 8 mirrored sword or something like that.
It looks like an iron cleaver-shaped paddle with mirrors on the side of it.
Yeah, the anime actually added visuals showing some of the ritual stuff here. So, or your Sama be damned. Anyway, um, Lee J asks, "What is that sword? It's really shiny, garish even. It's so bright I can't even see the blade." Nanao answers that the sword can confront gods and reflect their powers. If it shines that brightly in your eyes, then it's reflecting the light of a god which you are emitting. Lee J doesn't understand or know what that means, but says he doesn't mind being called a god. Hey, I thought you were a messenger of God. Lee J, your hubris is showing.
Hasn't it always?
Yeah. Flashback, again, Shunsui tells Isuzu that he can't accept this responsibility. And she tells him that it's okay. It won't bring him any misfortune. That he's the only one outside of the Issei family that she can trust. She begs him. And, yeah, it's referring to the sword, right, Di?
Yes.
Yeah. And he's Steve Kramer in this flashback, so he's his older self here. As we cut from that to an Nanao flashback, right when she's about to become Soul Reaper, saying that the first thing that caught her attention was the hairpin. As we have her...
The thing that caught her attention was the ad voices you're about to bitch about.
Yep. She's talking to a Jeremy Lee ad voice, who tells Nanao that guy who just walked by, which was Shunsui, is a captain. So she's been told. But yeah. She thought it was conspicuous of him wearing a woman's kimono. Shunsui likes to wear women's clothing. Gay! Anyway. She didn't think much. But her mother used to own one very similar. But the red hairpin was exactly like her mother's. As we then cut to people talking about what squad they're a part of, as we have a Megan Hollingshead student, and a Kate Higgins student. Okay, that one's just fucking stupid.
It's very smart.
And they're talking about, Squad 5, and how hot Aizen is as a lieutenant. However they call the captain of the squad a weirdo, though. So when Shinji was captain, what the fuck did he do?
Oh, he can't help taking L's even when he's off screen.
Yeah. See, more people are talking like an Alejandro ad voice. Oh shit! Die! The pancakes fly through the air! Get out of the way!
Just get a waffle iron, it'll be fine.
And an Evan Michael Lee ad voice. So Lee J's here too. Yeah, this is really fucking stupid. But anyway, Nanao is surprised that she got Squad 8. Because, she explains that after her mother died, a couple she never met claiming to be related to the Issei family took her in, and they were overjoyed when she managed to get in the 13 Court Guard squads. At the academy, Nanao got an Aosauchi, but couldn't make it her own. However, her Aikido skills were amazing.
Get the Kidos.
The anime also added visuals of showing her doing keto stuff here, or whatever.
Did she kill that target?
No, maybe it's Tarjay. But yeah, she got to take the placement exam very early. She thought that she'd be in the keto course. She even requested to be there. But for some reason, she was put in Squad 8. Which, at a meeting with the squad, Shunsui introduces himself, claiming that the women already have his respect, but the men, the jury's still out on that one. That checks. They laugh, and I'm pretty sure there's another fucking Alejandro ad voice in the crowd. Damn it! Stupid pancakes. But yeah. Nanao said that when she saw him again, he had changed his kimono and removed the hairpins. That's when she knew it was he who ate the turkey. Who took something important from her mama. Back to present, Nanao attacks Lee J, who claims no sword can kill him. As he blocks with his arm, but doesn't his arm get severed here?
Yeah. Classic Bleach.
Can't make it.
No, it doesn't get severed. It explodes.
Explodes! But yeah. He then comments that this weapon is very peculiar, but must be dangerous if it can cut him. Dude, I think that's a bit more than a cut.
The cut? It just was an explosive cut. Those are normal.
It's over for you.
Explode?
Yeah, he shouts, it's over for you. You should have killed me with your first strike, because a messenger of God never lets his guard down twice. Reminding me of the Saint Seiya comparison, where it's a saint will never fall for the same attack twice.
Yes, and other shonens have never been inspired by Saint Seiya.
No, they have. Saint Seiya's the goat, man. Anyway. Lee J then charges up an attack. As we flash back again with Shunsui, who remembers thinking it was his fault. As Ukitake tells him that Isuzu was put to death for misplacing a sacred treasure, which was clearly the sword. By Central 46, these dudes have no fucking chill, do they?
Yeah. They're like, oops, we're the ones that lost it. Oh well. We find ourselves to be innocent.
I mean, she's the one who gave it to Shunsui to hide, so, but I don't, it's like anytime something goes wrong, though, it's like, fuck it, die.
It's everyone's fault but ours.
But yeah, Ukitake apologizes, but Shunsui's happy that he heard it from him first, thinking again that it's his fault that it keeps happening. Everyone entrusts him with their cherished possessions, and then they die. His brother with the hairpin, Isuzu with the sword. Don't they know that he hates having that responsibility? By the way, this scene had Soundscape to Ardor playing, which really made the tragedy of it hit much more. So, awesome.
I mean, technically, if you think about it, even Lisa.
Yeah, because she became a Vizard. So,
just
I guess technically.
Be the Shunsui curse.
Yeah. Yamamoto, there was another one he was close to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you really feel for Shunsui here, man. It sucks for him. As he goes on to say, he can't bear the burden of being left alone with that sword again. Take the burden from me, Nanao. Please, let me protect you as well. And he appears behind her. But before that, Nanao gets blasted by Lee J. She does manage to deflect the attack, but she doesn't escape unscathed. Her leg's fucked up, right?
Yeah.
She didn't think fighting with a sword would be this terrifying. She comments on how much it hurts, that she's scared, as her legs won't move. The music is more symphonic awesomeness by Sagisuvir. I fucking love it. But, that's when Shunsui puts his hand on Nanao's shoulder. And Lee J comments, after destroying some more buildings, he sucks them up or something, right?
He's sucking up their reishi.
Yeah. He says, you came out of hiding just to hide behind your lieutenant? You are a very bad captain. The way he says it for some reason makes me laugh. I don't know why. That's when Shunsui asks, really, Lee J? Well, what dinosaur has more than 500 teeth? Angering Lee J. Okay, I might have added that question by Shunsui. But yeah, Lee J shouts, hear the sound of my trumpet and die. That is a metal as fuck line, sir. Awesome delivery, too.
Little did he know that mirrors are more fun than television.
Yeah, Shunsui says to now, let's go. I've got your back. I fucking love this scene, man. This is great. Nanao says that it's as if the captain's kindness is flowing through her. That she came back to support him, but he's the one supporting her.
Thanks for your support.
He supported her all those times when she couldn't stand on her own. So we flash back to some of the stuff. I think one of them is when Shunsui and Ukitake were taking on Yamamoto, and Shunsui told her to be like, Nanao, it's okay, you could blah, blah, blah.
It was a still from that scene. It wasn't redrawn.
Yeah. The trumpet blast fires. A huge explosion happens. But Shunsui and Nanao are fine, standing on a small remaining platform. As Lee J understands, the sword reflects a god's power, right? He laughs, saying that is very sinful. As half his face falls off, and his body starts falling apart, and his feathers from his wings fall on the two who defeated
That's
him.
how you fry a chicken.
Nanao falls, but Shunsui catches her, saying, "Well done, you did great. Now let's catch up with the others." He goes to walk off, but then he collapses. Nanao calls out to him, "Captain!" Shunsui goes on saying, "On second thought, how about we take a little break first? What do you say?" As the episode ends, why does every episode focused on Shunsui end with him asking a question?
Because he asks lots of questions.
Yeah, and the previous by Baz to the Bizzleby. But yeah, at this point I should mention that the manga wasn't very different from the episode here. You know, the anime didn't really do much. It like moved a flashback, you know, from the middle to the beginning or whatever in the anime version. That type of stuff. And small things like adding visual stuff.
And push it somewhere else.
Yeah. But I should bring up that we have been rearranging events for the last couple of episodes. Because in the manga version, the Mayuri Pernida fight went all the way without cutting to Shunsui at all. And the Lee fight didn't actually begin until after Pernida was dead. So I actually prefer this change, making it seem like these fights were happening, you know, all around the same time. By going back and forth like this. Yeah, points to anime again. That's pretty cool. That being said, it's time for final thoughts on episode 37. First, I did really like the Shunsui and Nanao stuff. You know, learning the tragedy of Nanao's family and how Shunsui, in a way, as we brought up earlier, is also cursed. Because, you know, people, man, keep dying one by one around him. And we see how it's actually affecting him. And we got an explanation of why Nanao was in Squad 8 and wasn't in the Keto Corps after all. And hey, we also learned that Shunsui is Nanao's uncle, which I guess some of the interactions or some that he had towards her could come across a little Alabamian. But in all seriousness, the backstory stuff was really cool. I did enjoy that. I also liked how Nanao wasn't instantly a badass with her weapon. You know, she was actually scared and inexperienced, which makes sense since she was using a weapon that she's never used before.
Outside of maybe a kendo stick.
Yeah. So, that being said, yeah, this thing I'm not that much of a fan of is the weapon in general. Don't get me wrong, the weapon makes sense. I feel like we probably should have had a little more foreshadowing to it. Because it's like, the one opponent that we've seen it's worked on just so happens to fight Shunsui, who's hiding the one weapon that this opponent is weak against, and then his lieutenant shows up, who's the one person that could use the weapon that Shunsui was hiding. It does feel a little convenient. But, yeah, especially with all the extensions and fixes this series has tried to do over the manga, I think they probably could have had some...
They can try to fix it in the next core.
Yeah, they could. They could. That way it wouldn't feel, I guess, like a Deus Ex Machina, if you want to use that term. Like, the thing I was thinking, like, maybe before they left for the Soul Palace back in episode 31 or 32, have Shunsui look down at Kyokotsu, or Okyo, whichever name you prefer. After Nanao confirms that she's coming with, have him look down at it and just think to himself, you know, I really hope we don't have to use that weapon or something. Something similar to that. Because I did see some cool theories about how maybe the Mirror Sword might have been the thing that dismembered the Soul King, and would it work on Yuha? I guess we'll...
I mean, it is vaguely shaped like a cleaver.
Yeah.
Ish.
I guess we'll have to wait and see if these questions get answers. Now, that being said, I also saw a couple of comments going on about how Lee Jang launching his trumpet after having the sword's powers explained to him felt like a form of dumbing him down just for this to work. I kind of disagree with this one because it does. You see how out of control his ego is this episode, especially.
And his head literally just exploded before.
Yeah. So I think it fits within his character to make a mistake like that because he even has the whole, realization after it happens where it's like, oh shit, you did say that, didn't you? Fuck. So, and I mean, that scene with the trumpet being deflected and Nanao and Shunsui standing together, that scene is, it's fucking awesome, man. There's no other way to describe it. I do like.
We know the score now. Pink Flamingo 1. Bleach JC.
I hope people get that reference. Look up Max Payne, Pink Flamingo, do it. But yeah, how's the animation, Die?
You really want me to say it again?
Yeah, you're right.
How many times can you ask if someone's sucking themselves off?
Yeah. As for the dub, yeah, you guys probably could predict my thoughts here. It's a bit of a mixed bag. Performances from Steve Kramer, Kate Higgins, and Evan Michael Lee, they're all fucking great. In fact, I think all three could arguably be a VP for this episode. Like, you could hear the pain in Shunsui's voice, when he's going on about his past, whatever. Especially when he says, please let me protect you, Nanao. It's fucking good shit. Same with Nanao when she's, fighting for her life. You could hear how terrified she is through Kate Higgins' performance. It'd be like, my legs won't stop shaking. Or when she says that, finally admits she admires Shunsui most. Yeah, I think they did pretty good here. And, I mean, Evan Michael Lee's Lee J, it's just fun to listen to him. You hear how, psychotic and unhinged he is at this point. And he's all in.
Complete 180 from before the explosion.
Yeah, funny you mentioned that. I thought it's really cool that Shunsui, if you notice, they're kind of opposite. Shunsui comes across very laid back and chilled and like, I'm lazy, I don't care about shit, I'm not going to be serious. Whereas Lee J presents himself as the opposite. He's very serious, no nonsense, badass, etc. But then when stuff gets heavy, Shunsui, you see, drops the facade and is very serious the more the fight drags on. Whereas Lee J's the one who becomes, I guess you could say, more childish by the end and just screaming and out of control.
He arose his inner chicken.
Yeah. Damn it. But yeah, so I think all three of them did really good. But on to the negative stuff, though. The double casting, holy shit, it is out of fucking control this week. Did we really need Nanao's mother to be voiced by Megan Hollingshead? She just died as Nemu an episode ago. So now she just died as Isuzu, meaning she got to die 2 episodes in a row. And then when they did use someone new, Alejandro, he was several people.
5 times over.
Yeah, and he even had to talk to himself. I guess the only thing I could say is maybe someone could let us know if the Seiyu or Japanese voice actors for Shunsui and Shunsen were both the same guy in sub. That, I guess, would make some sense, but I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me if that wasn't the case. This dub is double casting all over the place. And do I even need to bring up Kate Higgins and Evan Michael Lee being double casted in an episode focused on Nanao and Lee J fighting?
Yes.
Well, kind of fighting. It was more back. You know what I mean. But that being said, all my bitching out of the way, I still enjoyed this episode. I don't think it's as good as Ep 36, but it was still a very good fun watch, and I think the good outweigh any issues I had with it. No, you die.
You just need to learn the lesson of this episode. Don't let your chicken on the loose.
I learned the same there's more fun to tell this shit.
Don't arise your chicken.
Yeah, Lee J's down. Shunsui seems out of action. Nanao's been out of it too. She almost fell. So we got some great character development from these two. Yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Let us know if you agree. Maybe this is your favorite episode of The Core. I don't know. But till next time, Next on Bleach, Basby shows Hoshwald the true definition of being lit.
Damn
God,
it.
saying that out loud, I cringed myself. I'm not gonna lie. But alright, guys. Till next time. Thanks again so much for watching. Hope you have yourselves a great day. Till next time. Bye!